僕の始まる、それはエコ惑星。
希望の光動物を殺す、ここまやして負けないさ。猫も犬も潰す、宇宙を守る証はネットを持つ人、諦めないさ。Dogcatcher
You bastard!
Inutaro!
I promised my father I could never rest until four-legged scum like you is eliminated forever. Bad dogs, rude dogs. Dogs like Marmaduke and Garfield if he was a dog. His name would be Odie. Dogs like you piece of shit. You fucker. I don't know what the rudest thing to call a dog is. There should be a slur for dogs.
A close-up shot of Inutaro's face, sweat dripping, veins popping, zooms out to reveal that his opponent is a regular-ass basset hound. A little fat, definitely a little overweight. In an emergency, it would take this dog about 2.5 seconds to stand fully up.
No dogs on the grass. It says it very clearly on the sign. You must be punished.
Dogs don't know how to read, Inutaro. We told you that like 3 times.
Inutaro uses the power of heaven to rain down hundreds of beams of white lightning on the basset hound, dealing 9999 points of holy damage and killing the pathetic and quite old level 1 canine instantly.
That dog was only level 1. Are you sure that wasn't overkill, Inutaro?
He was a really old dog. The fact he was still level 1 is most offensive of all. Why didn't he train? It's not my fault the dog never did any training.
Can I spit on his corpse, Inutaro? Can I?
What corpse? He's been liquefied.
Help, we're being mugged. Are there any police or dog catchers around?
Busy. We're not the fucking cops.
Please, there are women and children under attack.
You know, sometimes I miss Dr. Insane Einstein's monster dogs. The ordinary Japanese dog is far too feeble for my, I really don't know how to describe it any other way, but my power level. It was cool being a dog catcher when there was mutant dogs going around. But now that it's just the regular kind, I sort of feel like a janitor. Was my goal of being the world's #1 dog catcher too modest?
It's still pretty hard for me to kill a regular dog, but mostly for emotional reasons. Still, I see where you're coming from.
I would say it's easier than ever for me to kill a dog, but I have less and less of a reason to do it. I'm thinking about Dogcatcher grad school, to be honest. Or like, real college. I've heard a lot of good things about the Ohio State, but there will be time for that later. Come on, we're late for our graduation at Dogcatcher High School.
Back at Dogcatcher High School, Inutaro and friends sneak into their seats in the back row folding chairs as their mentor Rex delivers a speech.
And so my cousin caught the squirrel in his mouth and he didn't know what to do. The squirrel is biting, he starts biting down, the squirrel's screaming. So now I'm screaming, my cousin, he starts throwing up, throws up the squirrel who dies, and neither of us wants to eat him now because he's covered in vomit. Anyway, what is this? Graduation? Is this graduation or assembly? Oh, you're wearing the hats, it's graduation. Anyway, look at you guys. Smiling and stuff. Wow. The world is your oyster. David Foster Wallace-sama. This is water. Great speech. He once said that graduation is like water. Wow. That makes you fish today. Swimming in the water of graduation. Hope you don't end up like that squirrel in my story. Some of you graduated early in order to fight mutant dogs and never really got a proper ceremony until now. Others of you, I imagine, just had normal dog catching classes and never had to power up insanely and take many, many lives, some of them quite innocent. And I'm sure some of you are also dogs, trying to get an inside look at the enemy's operation. We'll find you. We will hunt you down to the ends of the earth.
Your speech isn't going well. Do you need any help?
I see Inutaro's in the house. Woo. This guy's killed more dogs than hip dysplasia. This guy's killed so many dogs, Michael Vick wrote him a thank you letter. Vic-san.
Is this a roast? I don't want it to be a roast. Let's just have a normal graduation, please.
Okay, fine. Look, being a dog catcher is the hardest and most important job in the world. The good citizens of Tokyo demand that we protect their ugly kids from these rabid fuckers. We're the only thing preventing their guts from being sprayed out all over the street. Basically, there's gonna be guts all over the street no matter what. But it's our choice whether those are pit bull guts or people guts. And I know which side I'm on. And I'm an anthropomorphic dog, so that really means something coming from me. But now you go out into the world with your zits and your bad breath, and they will ask you to explain yourself the same way God will ask you to explain yourself when you stand in front of him at the pearly gates. Or maybe St. Peter. God doesn't have time for that. But anyway, he will ask you what you did with your life, and you will say, you were a dog catcher.
All the students take their dog catcher nets and start banging them against their chairs, unaware of what's happening deep inside the bowels of the Dogcatcher High School. Cut to the basement freezer, where creepy music is playing, and it makes you think, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? A cat with a top hat and a mustache lurks around the frozen corpse of Uptown Schizo, the human statue, the son of Dr. Insane Einstein. The cat slides an ice cream sandwich into the slack right hand of Uptown Schizo, and his grip tightens on the prepackaged dessert as the ice that formerly suspended his body begins to melt.
Xander Zither, Zaki Zoop, Zai Zollers. That concludes an alphabetical list of the students who died this year. Legally, I have to read this. I don't like this any more than you do. Let the past be the past, I say. Now come on up here with your stupid ass Inutaro and get your diploma, which I may remind you is not a real high school diploma. Legally, I have to clarify. None of you have properly graduated from high school in the eyes of the Japanese government.
All the students throw their graduation hats in the air and start dancing like Charlie Brown characters.
She likes me for me.
Rex gets so scared by all the commotion that he pees a little and runs away. We pan back to see that only 10 kids total are graduating. They are only able to maintain their enthusiasm for about 10 seconds, and then the energy sort of dissipates and everyone walks away shuffling their feet. Primrose looks over at Inutaro as he's ripping in half his copy of On Writing by Stephen King.
Don't need this shit anymore. Now that I'm out of school, I never have to read anything ever again. I got Settlers of Catan. I have no idea how to play it. Not my problem. I can sit there by myself, making up my own rules as I go. Chewing on the pieces.
Inutaro-san! You dropped your diploma in the trash can, but I fished it out.
Oh, this? But if I threw out my diploma, then... Oh. I was wondering why I framed my Mad magazine.
We're finally graduated! I guess everyone is trying to figure out what's next. I know that we all decided when we were 14 that we wanted a career in dog catching, but I don't think Rex has paid us a dime for saving the world. But I suppose I'll always enjoy being a dog catcher with you on my side, Inutaro.
Well, who wouldn't? I'm great at my job. Who fucking wouldn't want to work with me?
Then, are you gonna keep dog catching?
Lately, I've been having a lot of thoughts that aren't always about fighting. Basically, all the dogs that still live in Tokyo are like little soap bubbles I can pop with a single finger. I was wondering if maybe there's something more out there for me than just killing dogs all the time.
But, Inutaro-san, you have a gift for dog slaughter.
I reckon I could kill just about anything or anyone if I set my mind to it. But maybe I've been setting my expectations too low. Maybe it's time that I saw what was right in front of me that was perfect for me all along. And the crazy thing is, Primrose, that I didn't even see it. And it was right in front of me, and it was exactly what I needed. And there's no mistaking what I'm talking about at all.
Does that mean Inutaro wants me?
What I mean is, I'm gonna get my CDL. And maybe a tattoo.
That's great, Inutaro. My boyfriend got a CDL recently.
Boyfriend? I didn't know you had a boyfriend, Primrose. I thought you were just sitting around waiting for me to ask you out.
Wrong! Yeah, things are getting real serious. We've gone on a lot of bases. Can't even keep count. But we haven't gone to the home run base yet, or whatever you call it. In Japan, we call baseball yakyu. Anyway, my boyfriend, his name is Kumataro. He's a bear catcher. Bear catcher Kumataro. He lives way up north in Hokkaido.
Oh, I understand. Tell me about this Kumataro. Is he a great warrior?
Yes, he is a great warrior, and he can do 2 swords in one hand at once, and he can easily drive an 18-wheeler cross-country without stopping. His ultimate move is called the Blessed Union of Souls. He has a Canadian best friend who's just like Rash, and his name is something different. I can't remember what it is, but it's gross. Toad, or Load, or something.
Hokkaido is like the Canada of Japan. That's a cool place to have a boyfriend. Can you give a message to Kumataro for me?
Sure.
Inutaro extends his palm toward Primrose and takes a knife and slashes his own palm. He pours the blood into an envelope.
Tell Kumataro that I honor him in the same way that I honor all warriors. Tell him I owe him the soldier's pledge, and that since I respect his strength, duty, and commercial vehicle driving abilities, that I will respect you and his relationship, and that will extend no feelings of warmth, romance, or longing towards his girlfriend. Please, give to my blood, as it is all a humble warrior has to give.
Well, you don't have to stop all that. The warmth or romance stuff, I'm young. These relationships end all the time. If you like me, then you should...
Enough. I will not have you disparage noble Kumataro anymore. I see the love that you two share. It's as plain as day. I will pledge to spend the rest of my days defending your love. And it's a shame, too. I was just about to ask you out. I even had it written on my hand, see? It's kind of bloody now, so it's hard to read. Oh well. Tell Kumataro I said hi.
He's probably busy catching bears, but I'll let him know. He's really sick. He's been really sick his whole life. Wait a second. You were gonna ask me out?
To catch so many bears while dealing with an illness? What a true warrior. I simply must go to Hokkaido someday and trade notes on catching bears and dogs and stuff. Get some Chianti, couple of cigars, pick his brain. Is there wrestling in Hokkaido?
Across the quad, Pamela is rolling her own cigars as Rash approaches.
What's that, Pamela? Cigars? I wish you rolled me up like a cigar and give me some ass. You don't gotta inhale me, you just gotta suck me.
Oh, that's great, Rash. You know what? I feel like you're not even trying to sexually harass me anymore. In what world would those lines work on any woman?
Well, there's this game on Steam called Female Hamburger Castle, and that line works every time. Are you telling me that I'd have more romantic success if I unironically engage you in what your interests are?
Well, not me particularly. I feel like you've already fucked up too much with any woman you already know, so this is all just advice for the new women that you meet. You should engage in their interests and make fewer hypersexual comments about the things they're holding that you wish were your body parts.
How will they know I want to be jacked off then?
They all know you want to be jacked off, Rash. You wrote it on the front of your shirt. Here, try something new. Ask me a question about my summer without saying anything weird or horny.
Rash starts flop sweating immediately. He gulps very loudly and his vision goes blurry.
Okay. How hard could it be? Ask her about her summer. She's a woman, so bikini party, slumber party, kissing practice. How did you enjoy kissing practice? No. Summer jobs, hand jobs, jerking off. I want to jerk off.
My summer was actually pretty cool. Leno, Jay Leno, ever heard of him? Got to intern at his garage. He fucked up his face real bad in a crash. Wears a mask like Phantom of the Opera. You know, this other intern, Sydney Sweeney, she works on old cars too. We ended up having this slumber party.
I spent all summer in New York's famous Manhattan Prefecture working in the ice cream district at a classic American-style malt shop. I was a soda jerk-off, but I did the other stuff too. I lost my virginity to this older lady, Terry Bradshaw.
Did you know Jay has a Subaru Baja with the Sobe Lizard logo? He uses it exclusively for hitting ramps. Dirt ramps, wood ramps, he doesn't care. He just loves getting Mondo air. He calls it hang time.
Basically, I was completely fucking this Sex in the City style lady. The sex was crazy and in a very expensive seeming bed. 800 thread count sheets. We used whipped cream every time we fucked, and we fucked like a couple of blind, dumb, and deaf dogs. Didn't catch many dogs while I was there, but I caught a lot of cougars, if you catch my drift. That's what they call old broads in the States.
This cigar right here? I call it a Tokyo Cuban. Learned about it in Miami.
My favorite way to fuck is to basically close my eyes and go crazy on that thing. I basically fuck like a machine gun.
You know, girls aren't impressed when you talk like Deadpool all of the time.
Sorry to interrupt, but do you guys want some ice cream sandwiches from the basement? I'd ask Inutaro and Primrose, but it seems like they're having a heated moment. I know we're all doing a will they, won't they thing on them, like Jim-san and Pam-san. Anyway, how about an ice cream sandwich? I promise there's no dog meat in it. Not this time.
Thank you, Rexon. Do you have any smoky or peaty ice cream sandwiches that would complement my Tokyo Cuban?
Probably not, but vanilla goes with everything.
Cut to Times Square, Tokyo, the most neon place on Earth. You have to sign a waiver before you enter because nearly everything everywhere can cause a seizure. In the distance sits the crown jewel of Times Square, Tokyo, the Bass Pro Shop Tokyo Pyramid. In between a restaurant called Bon Jovi-san's Tavern America, which offers authentic pork roll from the New Jersey prefecture, and a bar called Donald Duck's Club Quebec, Uptown Schizo lumbers slowly down a busy street. Even though he is a 2,000-pound human statue walking around, the good citizens of Tokyo pay him no mind. Why? Times Square, Tokyo is famous for its street performers. There's an emperor wearing no clothes. There's a pop-locking geisha. The Jabberwockies, remember them? They're here. Hell, there's still a guy in a fake MF Doom mask doing concerts here. A guy dressed as the Statue of Liberty sees Uptown Schizo walk by.
You're not even a realistic human statue. You can't work here, man. This is our turf.
Uptown Schizo very, very slowly turns to look at the man and gets closer and closer to his face.
This is your turf? So you own the deed? You're renting that tavern to Bon Jovi-san?
I didn't mean it literally, dickhead. I meant that we've been working this block for 2 years, and you, in your cheap costume, need to take a hike.
One day, this will all be my turf, and I mean it literally. I was frozen at age 26. I have a lot of catching up to do. Investment properties. I must own them all.
Grab him!
I am being targeted with physical violence. Activating Hustle Matrix, command word Eucharist.
Uptown Schizo emits a bright white blast of light from his entire being and leaps into the air, hitting a Christ-like pose.
Mortgage rates are low right now. My credit score is surprisingly good for someone who's been suspended in a freezer for an indefinite period of time. I cannot be stopped.
Uptown Schizo, still hanging in midair, blasts out an energy crucifix at the man in the Statue of Liberty costume and cuts him into 4 pieces. 4 more guys dressed like the Statue of Liberty turn the corner at the exact same time and hesitate for a second.
Well, this guy looks pretty strong, but we gotta stick together, fellas.
The 4 men charge weakly at Uptown Schizo, and he does the same move 4 times to each of them, and they all die the exact same way. Basically, he's spamming one button.
I've got a new lease on life. Now it's time to get a lease on a 12-unit Art Deco condo complex in Tokyo's lavish Hikikomori district. It is my one true dream to boast the highest return on investment of any property owner on Earth. No one will be able to stop me then.
Cut to Rex running out of the Dogcatcher high school basement, barking, holding 5 ice cream sandwiches in his hand.
Help! 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 I know I'm in charge here, but I need someone to come here and help!
What's wrong, Rex? You look like you've just seen a squirrel.
The top hat cat with the mustache. I know you. You helped us at Bengoshi Akuma's tower. I heard you're my boss. Can I be sick tomorrow?
You heard correctly. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Brian DiMaggio, the leader of the Tokyo Dogcatchers Guild. Of course, the public doesn't know that. They don't need to know.
Boss, we got a huge problem. Uptown Schizo is gone. You know Dr. Insane Einstein's son that he Mr. Freeze because he had a statue disease? Well, we kept him in a freezer by the ice cream, and I just went down there to check and he's gone. His ass is gone. He is straight up not there. What do we do?
Relax, Rex. I'm one step ahead of you. He appears to be heading for the Times Square, Tokyo's illustrious Bass Pro Shop Pyramid.
The Bass Pro Shop Pyramid? I heard a rumor about what's beneath there. I heard they have a secret high school for gifted psychics down there. And I heard their day-to-day problems are just like ours. Grades, romance, self-doubt, it's all there. And action, too. They get into lots of battles with increasingly powerful opponents. And even if we're not psychics, we can relate to their struggles.
I can see how a psychic high school and Dogcatcher high school could have a lot in common.
That's not what I was trying to say at all.
We can continue this argument later at the pub. Let's just focus on the task at paw. Uptown Schizo, remember? I think you should round up your most skilled dog catchers and trail him. See what he's up to. Maybe you can catch him before he does whatever it is he's intending to do.
Wait, do you know what he's doing? You said that suspiciously. Is he mad that I put him in the bad freezer instead of the good freezer? I just didn't want him ruining all my Pikachu meat.
I actually didn't say that suspiciously at all. I've never talked to this guy, and he said he isn't mad at you, by the way. Now go! Get your best and trail him.
Cut to the interior of the Bass Pro Pyramid. The massive retail space is lined with magnificent, reasonably priced products such as the 10-point Viper S415 crossbow package with AccuSlide, the Browning X-Bolt Hunter bolt-action rifle in OD green, and a Bass Pro Shops exclusive remix CD featuring city pop renditions of Garth Brooks' greatest hits. Suddenly, the serenity of the store is shattered as a large energy cross blasts through the front glass. Uptown Schizo walks in slowly, places his hands on his hips, and looks around. He spots a fish tank and his eyes narrow. One of his pupils is shaped like a crucifix, and the other pupil is shaped like a classic dollar sign. Or I guess it would be yen. In the American dub, they changed it to a dollar sign to feel more familiar to local audiences. In El Salvador, they use the Bitcoin logo for both eyes. Uptown Schizo approaches the fish tank, sneering.
I hate small fish, especially when they are in big ponds. I'm more of a shark, you feel me? Like Shark Tank Kevin-san, or Mark Cuban-kun. Fish have no upside. There is no return on investment. Fish don't even have any hypothetical tales about being useful. No golden goose. Not even as useful as magic beans. Fish are fodder that must be destroyed.
Uptown Schizo lifts his hand dramatically as golden energy cascades from his hand. The clear, blue water of the Bass Pro Shop fish tank slowly turns into the beautiful burgundy tones of a 1986 Chateau Lafite Rothschild Bordeaux. Uptown Schizo laughs maniacally as the fish writhe and die in the tank full of wine, unable to handle either the deep color and boldness of the wine or the graceful, harmonious texture and superb length. He bashes into the tank and the wine goes spilling all over the Bass Pro Shop floor.
Party foul.
The store fills with the penetrating fragrance of cedar, chestnuts, minerals, and rich fruit, which is a hallmark of this wine. It is powerful, dense, rich, and tannic, as well as medium to full-bodied, with awesome extraction of fruit.
Most sommeliers will agree that the best way to aerate a fine wine is to dump it all over the floor of a retail chain.
Uptown Schizo seems to pause for laughter, even though there isn't anyone around. He jumps down into the now empty fish tank and kicks around a dead fish for a minute before spotting a big drain and smiling. He leaps into the drain, leading to an ancient catacombs below. Back on the streets of Times Square, Tokyo, Rex, Inutaro, Rash, Primrose, and Pamela make a beeline for the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid.
Hey, Primrose, has Kumataro ever been to Times Square, Tokyo? You should get him a souvenir, like a Goku toothbrush or something.
Inutaro, I do not want to talk about Kumataro right now if you don't mind.
Why? Are you having a fight? A lover's quarrel? I love fights. I can't wait till I get a wife so I can fight with her all the time.
If you must know, we are fighting. He bought a shirt that said, "If you can read this, the bitch fell off." Personally, I think if I fell off a motorcycle, he should be more concerned about what I think rather than the people behind him.
Listen, Primrose, you gotta set the tone early with these guys. Kumataro, he's your first boyfriend, right?
Yes, he is. Kumataro. He's a bear catcher from Hokkaido. It's like Japan's Canada. He's real.
I remember my first boyfriend. Yep. Hunter Slicer. Nothing more than a walking jean jacket with 2 baby blue eyes and a shock of blonde hair. And that smile. That damned smile.
Why didn't things work out between you?
Well, we're 16, so... One day he forgot to send me a good morning text. So I created a new profile of a hot woman with a picture I found online. And over the next 6 months, using that guise, I became even closer to him than I could ever imagine. And he revealed to me all of his secrets. And then we broke up and I made his parents move. To Hokkaido, actually.
Oh, small world.
Hokkaido is to normal Japan as the Bronx is to Manhattan, where I'm from.
Have you ever had a girlfriend, Rash?
I'm saving myself for marriage, unless someone wants to have sex with me first. But if that doesn't happen, well, in my native New York City, everyone's a Christian. Jesus Christ is basically Elvis in America, and my Christian faith prevents me from doing any extramarital funny business. They even tried to put a chastity belt on me while I was flying to Tokyo, but I nodded off on the plane.
I am simply too busy to have a girlfriend. My life is non-stop training to be the best, and I don't think most Japanese teenage girls are willing to have a deadbeat boyfriend. You know, because I'd be the type of boyfriend too busy to get flowers, too busy to notice haircuts, mean, rude. I have a kinetic love language, and I need 8 hours of outdoor playtime per day. If I was ever to have a girlfriend, I guess I'd be looking for someone I know pretty well who knows what my daily expectations are. Someone who sort of worships me but expects nothing from me, unless it's fighting a huge monster. This person would have pink hair, and maybe fight with a big scythe. And when I talk, she would think to herself, second-guessing what I say.
Is Inutaro talking about me?
But most importantly, this hypothetical girlfriend, she'd be beautiful as a rose, but she would primp herself up. Let's call her Primrose. I would want Primrose to, and I've never said this before, but I want to go to Electric Daisy Carnival with her, and, well, it's stupid. Never mind.
No! Inutaro, please, tell us!
Yeah, Inutaro, tell us! It's called glow sticking, known colloquially as raving. It's an umbrella term used to describe dancing with glow sticks. There are 2 forms of glow sticking, freehanding and glow stringing, also known as poi. Both disciplines of glow sticking do intersect at some point, though their roots are radically different. In addition, staffing also can be considered raving.
Maybe at the next Electric Daisy Carnival, we could go dressed like Mario and Peach.
No, Primrose. Kumataro wouldn't like that very much. Primrose wouldn't like it either, but she isn't real. Not yet, anyway.
You all need to relax your teenage pheromones. I think I've caught Uptown Schizo's scent.
Freehanding is a neon-tastic rogue sibling of other underground dance styles, such as liquiding, breakdancing, and popping.
Oh, my American stars! Look at all these dead people dressed like the Statue of Liberty. As a true American, I love the Statue of Liberty. It's where so many foreign people were forced to change their names.
It must have been Uptown Schizo.
What did he do to these guys? What kind of power does this guy have?
Well, it looks like this first one, he punched him in his midsection and his torso popped out in one big clean piece. Then this guy looks like he did a double eye poke followed by a crucifix candelabra, then riposte, parry. Then it looks like he just got lazy and fired all 4 headshots in a row.
Whoever did this is very powerful indeed. Like a vacuum. Or a washing machine.
Also, I think he took all their wallets, because that's what I was trying to do and I couldn't find any.
Good initiative searching the corpses for money, Rash. We could have used that money to buy magazines later.
Alright, I have the scent. Follow me. I'm really excited, and I'm trying to play it cool and not bark or pee or anything, but this is really fun, and I'm excited to be out here with my friends and... Follow me!
Rex gets down on all 4s and starts running through Times Square, Tokyo toward the looming, ominous pyramid that is the Bass Pro Shop. As Rex flies through the front door, barking, Uptown Schizo looks up all of a sudden, sneering.
Am I being followed? How unfortunate. Nothing will prevent me from obtaining my rental properties. However, if I simply kill everyone in my way, there might not be any tenants to rent out my future properties. I must stall them.
Uptown Schizo slams the drain shut and backs up. He focuses on a single flopping fish, His dollar sign shaped pupils glow with golden energy, and the solo fish multiplies over and over until the drain is completely filled. The fish suddenly burst out of the drain, blasting out into the rest of the store, flopping around in the already spilled red wine.
Whoa! Over here! A bunch of fish just exploded into the air and fell into some red wine. I don't know why, but it smells incredible. It's even covering up Rash's cologne.
That's not cologne! That's my skin tag medicine!
Inutaro leaps ahead of everyone, landing in front of the pile of fish blocking the drain. His eyes widen as he looks to the wall and sees 13 fish that have been crucified on small wooden crosses.
I'm intrigued. I can't tell for sure if this guy is strong yet, but I know he's definitely weird. He's an interesting guy.
Well, whoever he is, he respects property owners. Here, he left a check. To Bass Pro Shops. $2,000 for fish and wine cleanup.
He must have gone through the drain here and blocked it with fish, using some sort of magic or power or an ability. You know how these guys are. How do we get through?
Let's bark at them! I'm so excited!
I'm calling the Fish Catchers Guild. Damn it! They said they can't help if the fish is already out of the water. Who do we know that's good at disposing of fish?
I know. Primrose. I need to speak with her boyfriend, Kumataro.
Oh, well, I think now he's actually at choir practice over at the, he's a tenor, one of three. They call them the Tenors 3. It's very serious, and they make him turn off his phone. So I think maybe in 2 hours...
Primrose, Inutaro isn't trying to freak out your dude. Look at his eyes. He's got battle pupils right now. He sees right through you. Just let him call your boyfriend.
He can't help with the fish anyway because fish is bad for his voice, his singing voice. It's only the oil that's good for your throat, and he gets a ton of that stuff. Pills. In pill form. He's been taking pills.
That makes sense. We'll have to find another way. Okay. I have an idea, but I'd prefer to convey it very quietly.
The group gathers for a second and whispers Little Rascal style into each other's ears before clapping hands and sprinting into separate parts of the Bass Pro Shop pyramid. Rash runs toward the gun counter that has a sign that reads, "Warning, for Americans only." He scans his American passport into the computer and 2 Mossberg pump shotguns fall out of a nearby Asimo. Pamela sprints toward the vehicle department and hotwires a cherry blossom pink 4-wheeler. On the drive back to the tank, she goes out of her way to run over 3 no smoking signs that had been placed around the store. Rex heads toward the nearby fishing poles and starts wrapping them all up together with bungee cords. Primrose runs off to the bathroom and Googles Tokyo lying girl need help fake voice boyfriend man.
Hurry up! I'm just standing here. I forgot to assign myself something.
Pamela Tokyo drifts. They just call it drifting there. The 4-wheeler into the fish tank, smashing all the glass. Rex and Inutaro bungee cord all the fishing poles on the back as Rash starts blasting holes into the fish pile with his shotguns. The fishing lines are cast into the holes, snagging the back of the fish as the 4-wheeler takes off, uncorking the plugged up fish with a pleasantly sonorous champagne bottle-esque pop.
Hey guys, look what's beneath the fish tank. It appears to be some dark, ominous stairs leading deep into the bowels of the Tokyo catacombs.
Everyone knows about the Tokyo catacombs. The labyrinth of old samurai bones and stuff that stretches across all of subterranean Tokyo. Normally, a dog such as myself would love to be surrounded by bones, but no bones about it. This is scary stuff.
No need to worry, Rex. These stairs don't lead to the catacombs. Looks like they go even deeper than that. Probably leading to even scarier stuff, like a fight club for salarymen. Maybe a secret dance club full of weird goths. Or maybe it could be just a noodle shop.
Only one way to find out.
Rash fires the Mossberg pump shotguns down into the darkness for about 2 seconds, then runs out of bullets. He throws the guns on the floor.
Sorry, these guns were getting really heavy. I think I'm coming down with that type of anemia you get when you don't have enough chocolate milkshakes.
Meanwhile, deep under the pyramid, Uptown Schizo finds his path blocked by a massive stone door with an ankh on it.
Stupid symbol. Bunch of outdated junk. I'll show you a real symbol. Christian style stance. Landlord technique. Ultimate cross blast.
Uptown Schizo blasts a cross-shaped energy beam at all the other religious iconography in the room. The crosses hit the angst and blast off the top loops, turning them into crosses. Also, all of the 2D-style Egyptian walking guys become 3D drawings. He pushes through doorway after doorway, kicking over all sorts of antique shit. Spitting, wiping his dirty hands on golden artifacts, blowing snot rockets. He unwraps part of a mummy but stops because he's about to throw up from the smell.
No one can stand in my way now. Who's going to stop me? Those dog catchers that kept me frozen in their basement? Impossible. Why would dog catchers be on a mission to stop a statue man from going to a secret ancient basement in the Tokyo Bass Pro Shop pyramid? It's completely outside of their purview.
Look, it's Uptown Schizo. He's in our purview.
It's you. Good Lord, help me now. Deliver me from sin and property taxes. Landlord's 1311. For Mary and Joseph came to the inn, and the innkeeper spoketh. For they wereth weary, and said, You have no tenants' rights here. Go sit on your hands in the manger, pig man, pig woman. Have your stinky baby out there. What do you think this is, a damn hospital?
The Book of Landlords.
You know of it?
Every American studies the biblical Book of Landlords in social studies for 4th through 8th grade. One year, the kids in my class got so fat that we couldn't do PE, so we had Bible class twice a day.
Are you the main guy, or is there a stronger guy? It's usually a whole thing when I meet a strong guy. If he's like the main strong guy, or if there's like a secret boss. Listen, you look like a strong guy, so I'm just assuming. Are you a strong guy? Is there a stronger guy I could fight instead? Basically, are you the strongest guy you know?
Why don't you judge for yourself?
How can I judge what you know?
Uptown Schizo's dollar bill eye lights up as he blasts an enormous cross at Inutaro and company, causing them all to scatter. Inutaro smirks.
Great. Another weakling. Let's get this over with. I'm gonna blast 9999 damage into this dumb fuck.
The group turns to face Uptown Schizo.
Have faith, Inutaro. You think I missed?
Inutaro and friends turn around to see that Uptown Schizo is now crucified on his own energy cross, blocking the exit. He is crackling with holy energy, and you can hear the sound of chimes as well as the sound of cash registers opening.
Get down! He's got the Holy Ghost!
Uptown Schizo starts blasting energy ghosts all over the room or whatever. Inutaro and friends scramble, ducking down, getting their clothes singed by Uptown Schizo's vaguely Christian powers.
We need to counterattack now!
What could his weaknesses be?
He's outdated! New American religion, consumerism, product attack, self-pleasure is the new god! Brooklyn bodega style! Aki way! Chapudo Chizu!
Rash pulls a Bowie knife from his pocket and slashes at the air vertically, trying to slice Uptown Schizo in half, then pours a drink on him.
Can't forget the Bev!
It's not working, Rash. He's a statue. Wrong move!
Oh, come to think of it, I only ever did this move once. And that guy was super easy to chop up. Sick. He was real sick.
Does anyone have a good attack?
I feel like Inutaru sometimes just waits for us to do our bad attacks first before he beats the guy up. I don't know if he's trying to be polite or if he wants us to fail first so he can make us look like shit.
I really, honestly, truly believe that Rash's chopped cheese attack would work. Sorry for being a perfect fucking friend. Sorry for believing that my weakest friend was strong.
Rex is weaker than me!
He's more of a mentor than a friend.
I consider you guys friends. Kinda hurts to hear, honestly. I mean, I thought Dog was man's best friend.
Only in an abstract sense. Each individual dog is not each man's best friend.
The bad guy, Uptown Schizo. He's kind of looking around the corner sheepishly to see if we're still fighting. Should we do something? Seems rude.
I have a plan. I'm gonna hit him in the head.
Inutaro turns the corner and immediately gets smoked in the dome by a little cross. He licks his finger and touches the spot where it hit him and it sizzles a little bit. He sprints toward Uptown Schizo while cross-eyed, jumps in the air, and aims to come down on his head with a wild haymaker swing. Uptown Schizo catches Inutaro's fist mid-air, and everyone makes the anime astonishment noise. Inutaro goes into a barrage of punches, all deflected one by the living statue Uptown Schizo, Debris and energy flies everywhere. The tombs and catacombs start shaking.
We gotta lend Inutaro a hand!
Maybe there's something in this tomb that can help him.
Yeah, let's look around. I'm scared to fight too.
Rex, Pamela, and Primrose start looking around the catacombs. The walls feature a very sexy hieroglyphic of Cleopatra, which is surrounded by hundreds of cat hieroglyphics. Incidentally, it seems there was at least one pharaoh named Jim Davis who is depicted here scolding a cat for eating his Egyptian lasagna. The dogcatchers rifle through all the utility closets and junk drawers of these ancient Egyptian catacombs. In one of the junk drawers, among all the chip clips, pens that don't write, and old keys that nobody remembers what they open, there's a conspicuous glowing golden ball of yarn.
There it is. The artifact that I seek.
Uptown Schizo grabs Inutaro by his shirt, pulls it over his head, and tucks it into his pants. Inutaro flails around helplessly while his head is caught deep inside his antisocial social club t-shirt.
Help! I don't know how to get out, and I took my shoes off, and now I'm out of ideas. He's going for that golden ball of yarn!
Inutaro! I'm coming to save you!
Damn it! Come on, Rash! We'll stop him ourselves.
Your flimsy technique is nothing compared to my property rights. Eviction no jutsu!
As Pamela and Rash position themselves between the charging Uptown Schizo and the golden ball of yarn, eviction notices made of pure energy manifest on their foreheads, blinding them. Uptown Schizo collides into them. He grabs them both by the scruff of their necks and tosses them into a big pile of ancient calendars with all the Mondays removed. As Rash looks up, he sees a hieroglyphic of some sort of Egyptian-Japanese Garfield saying, "I hate Getsuyobi."
Inutaro! Homeboy statue! He's too strong!
That's not my name. Check your lease again. My name should be at the top. Uptown Schizo. Remember it.
We'll get you, downtown statue. Uptown Lizzo. Or at least Inutaro will. Your mild beatdown probably just sparked that combat red rocket of his to full flagpole. Seriously, look at him. He's gonna go home later and do crayon drawings where he's drinking your blood.
Uptown Schizo turns to look at Inutaro. He is spinning around in circles with his head stuck inside his shirt and his arms flopping around like a dickhead. Primrose is trying to help pull his shirt out of his pants, which Inutaro does not know how to do because he has never tucked in his shirt before.
Inutaro! I will save you! Fangirl, no jutsu! Strip clothes technique!
Primrose starts ripping off Inutaro's clothes in an exaggerated fashion. She rips his shirt off, rips up parts of his jeans, takes his socks off. Inutaro dumps some water on her head and she cools off.
Primrose Sensei, I would like to thank you for helping me escape the prison of my own shirt. Antisocial social club. Cool font, iconic black color. Sort of a no-nonsense style of nonsense for a dark playboy like myself. Maybe I should buy one for Kumataro. Let me know his shipping address.
We have more pressing matters to deal with. We can't let him get that golden ball of yarn.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like he wants it so bad. And he's a bad guy, so it makes sense that we should stop him from getting it.
But why is he here in the first place? He was frozen in the basement for so long. What changed? What could have possibly changed? Maybe there was something in the past that happened. I don't know, some sort of information about an exchange that we just don't know about? I wonder what that would be like.
Cut to earlier that day, where the top hat cat Brian DiMaggio is sitting in the basement of the Dogcatcher High School, staring down the still thawing Uptown Schizo.
So, let's see. Since you were frozen, let's see. Something called Dawn to Dawn is a popular anime now. One Piece is still going. Shinzo Abe, he got shot.
What about the guy who did Naruto? Does he have any new series?
There's no reason to concern yourself with that. There must be something more interesting to you than Naruto. What are your dreams, your goals? Surely you've got a lot you want to accomplish after being frozen for so long.
I've always wanted to be a landlord. To get some investment properties of my own. Maybe buy a few floors of real estate in that big demon lawyer skyscraper in downtown Tokyo.
Don't worry about that anymore. We're done with that. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your dad did you wrong. You are behind on the game.
Behind? On the Gain?
What if I told you I knew of some undervalued property that will give you an ROI that is out of this fucking world? In a municipality where I know everyone on the board, all the inspectors and all the developers, but I am not Tony Robbins. I cannot give this away for free.
I don't have any money. Or pockets to put money in if I had any. My sculptor did not bless me with pockets.
I'm a billionaire cat. I don't need money. What I need from you is a favor.
What do I need to do? Where is this real estate speculator's paradise of which you speak?
When I said the ROI was out of this world, I meant literally Planet Wet Food. Have you heard of it?
Is that like a real planet or a planet in a commercial, like Planet Lunch?
It's a planet. It's a planet of cats located in a distant galaxy. I need you to retrieve a golden ball of yarn hidden deep beneath the Bass Pro Shop pyramid in downtown Tokyo and bring it through the portal that leads to Planet Wet Food. If you can do this, you will be rewarded beyond measure.
I'd prefer for my reward to be measured in square footage. Like you said, I'm behind. I'm trying to retire at 30.
That can be arranged.
Back in the present, Inutaro and company are in disarray. Rash and Pamela are incapacitated. Rex pretends to limp to avoid having to fight. Uptown Schizo walks over to the junk drawer and pulls out the golden ball of yarn.
Planet Wet Food. I hope your property taxes are reasonable for those looking to provide reasonably priced rental units for middle-class feline.
Uptown Schizo walks toward a tassel hanging from the ceiling. He paws at it with his fist, and a doggy door opens beneath the hieroglyphics on the wall. He gets on all fours and wiggles his way through it, his little stone butt bashing against the stone walls. Then the doggy door turns back to solid stone.
Damn it! I almost stopped him, but then I felt bad for him.
From behind Inutaro and company, a top-hatted cat silhouette appears.
It appears we're too late.
Brian DiMaggio!
His dastardly plan seems to be in motion, but don't worry. I know exactly where he's headed. My homeworld, Planet Wet Food.
Planet Wet Food? Is that a real planet, or...?
It's a real planet. It's like Earth, but it's for cats. Cats have cities there. I don't have to explain all this. You'll see soon enough. Oh yes, you'll see soon enough. The Dogcatchers Guild, I command you to save my planet.